Welcome to the quick hitter version of Buckets, Boards, and Blocks. Alongside my co-host, King McClure, I'm Monica McNutt. This week's featured conversation is with ESPN Radio host of Freddie and Fitzsimmons, Freddie Coleman himself. And we talk, are the Bucks inconsistent or should we be praising their ability to power through adversity and find a way? So Vinny Goodwill, who we need to have on the pod as well, had a great piece in Yahoo on Thursday morning, and he wrote about the perspective in terms of the Bucks being a little bit battle tested, and he's got this great line in the piece where he says, matter of fact, I screenshotted it and I posted it on Twitter because it was such a great line. It says, it was the kind of game the Suns have won all season, the type of night the Bucks were prone to lose over the last few seasons. But as they seem to illustrate in the last two rounds, there's been some painful growth in this oddly executed season, an ability to win games when not playing at peak efficiency on offense. Booker tore them up, but they didn't overreact and allow Jay Crowder and Ayton to feast inside. So like, I hear you now when you say the grit of it, that just gave me such a great perspective. It's funny that line between like grit and inconsistency. What are you doing?
Right.
Because the Bucks have been maddening. And even at points yesterday, Giannis, you have been 25 of 26 in the restricted area, 13 of 13 in the last game. Why are you shooting threes? No one is going for that. Like, what are you doing? But then ultimately, we get into the clutch period of the ball game and they find a way to win. So I hear you on that, King. I'm still rolling Phoenix too. But last night, like I heard Legler and Green joking today on Get Up that Cliff Paul showed up instead of Chris Paul.
Yeah, because he needed Jake from State Farm because he needed to ensure his hands a lot better. There's no doubt about that. And it wasn't the fact that Chris Paul had 5 turnovers. It's when he had them and how it happened from that standpoint. But I've also been a big believer because Devin Booker proved that to me after game 3. When you're a great player, you have convenient amnesia. Devin Booker after game 3, and they said, you didn't play well. He goes, I'll be all right. And he was more than all right with 42 points and 17 of 28 from the field in game 4. I'm trusting that Chris Paul's going to be all right, that he's not going to have those kind of turnovers because he won't do too much like we're able to see in game 4. But the point is raised by Goodwill in terms of overcoming adversity because Milwaukee's had a lot to overcome. Many people did not think they were going to win against the Brooklyn Nets when they were down 3-2 in that series. They find a way to win game 6 and game 7, although Kevin Durant's shoe size was 17 instead of 18. We'll talk about maybe King McClure, Monica McNutt being the new head coach of Milwaukee Bucks because Mike Budenholzer wouldn't have been here and there anymore. But then they lose Giannis Antetokounmpo and people are liking the Atlanta Hawks chances, and they go out there and they win game 5 and then game 6 and close out the Atlanta Hawks on the road. So the fact that their maturity has been a lot better, that they have not folded. Because remember, it's 2 years ago, this Bucks team, they're up 2-0 on the Toronto Raptors. Everybody's saying, oh, they're getting back to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1974. And then they completely collapsed. And a lot of that blame fell at the feet of Giannis and also at Mike Budenholzer's feet. They have not backed down from any challenge that has happened so far in this series. They have Giannis having an off-the-hook game in game 2, and people saying, you're going to lose one of these 2 games in Milwaukee. Well, it didn't happen. They're down by 9 points in the fourth quarter. People are thinking, okay, this is when the Bucks fall apart, and they didn't do that either. So they've been able to overcome a lot of adversity that served them well in game 4 last night. Now, if you're Phoenix, when you're used to being that lead dog, the only time they faced any adversity this year in the playoffs was when they were down 2-1 to the Los Angeles Lakers. Then Anthony Davis gets injured, and they're able to run away and hide from the Lakers when Anthony Davis tried to get healthy. After that, they sweep Denver in 4. It was a 2-2 series with the Clippers, but without Kawhi Leonard, you never had that sense that the Clippers were going to beat them, especially when it's 3-1. You never had that sense. But now we're going to find out a lot about the Phoenix Suns handling an even series, best 2 out of 3. You go home in game 5, and all of a sudden that game is so pivotal because I believe the winner of game 5 is going to win the series.
If you'd like to hear more from our featured conversation, check out the full version of Buckets, Boards, and Blocks with myself and Monica McNutt, presented by Pure Hoops Media. Also, we are on YouTube, so go check us out. Digital time, baby. Let's do it.